Okay, so let's get started on this problem. It's another fun one. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently than the way that I usually do it. I usually take the negative exponents and move them first. So I would have moved this right here down, and I would move this one up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a little different on this one. I'm going to take this -1 and I'm going to distribute it in. So I have x second, y to the 4th, and then we have a 2 to the -1, and an x, 2 times -1 is -2, and y, we have a -1 times a -1, that's 1, and then we have a 2y, x to the -2. Okay, now let's go ahead and simplify. So we have 2 to the -1. What does that mean? That means that this right here is going to go down to the bottom. Okay, so we know that's going to happen. So we have x to the 2nd, y to the 4th. I'm going to keep that x to the -2 up here, just to have a little fun. Okay, so we have a 2. We originally start out with a 2. And this 2 to the -1 is going to move down. So that means it's just going to be 2 to the 1. And then we have an x to the -2 and a y. Okay, now I'm going to simplify everything in the numerator. So we have an x to the 2, and then we have a -2. We need to add that -2, so that's a -2, and then a y, and then a 4 plus 1. Okay, now everything in the denominator, I have a 4, and then I have an x to the -2 and a y. Okay, over here we have an x to the 2 minus 2. That's x to the 0, which means that is a 1. And then we have a y to the 5th. Okay, and then 4 x to the -2 to the y. Okay, I'm going to move this up now. So it becomes x to the 2nd, y to the 5th, 4y. Let's go ahead and simplify the y's. And so we get x to the 2, y to the 4th, 5 minus 1, and over 4. And that's our final answer. That's what I'm saying, guys. When you get really good at this, you can do this in so many different ways, especially the really difficult ones. And you should get the right answer, the same answer for all of them. And that's why I love these, because you can make them really challenging or you can make them really easy. Or for some people, they're all challenging. But you know what I'm saying. Okay? Bye.